Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and this will be the non-spoiler review for Deadpool and Wolverine. I will do a full spoiler review, but I won't put it out until either Friday week or Saturday week, so you get a full week to go and see it, basically, if you want to see it, if you even care. But that's when I'll put those reviews out, so it gives a good bit of breathing room, a whole week really, for people to see it. Not that there's actually much to actually spoil with the movie, because basically the only thing to spoil is cameos, and there's not as many as you might actually think with the movie. Yet there's nothing really to spoil story wise, because the story is wafer thin, and I mean wafer thin. So here we go with the non-spoiler review. So should we believe the hype with this movie? Is it the best comic book movie ever made? And will it put Marvel back on the right track? Will it save Marvel? The answer to all of those questions is no. I'm sorry to say, but no. Don't believe the hype at all. It's not a particularly good movie, unfortunately. Is it the best comic book movie ever made? It's not even close. And I mean, not even close. And is it going to save Marvel and put Marvel back on track? Absolutely not. Even if it was an absolute fantastic movie from start to finish, it wouldn't fix the damage done to Marvel. Do they go after Marvel and Disney? You know, do they really stick the knife in and just take the absolute piss out of them? No. They actually go very, very soft on Marvel. They don't even go for Disney, it's Marvel. And I mean, it's the low-hanging fruit and such a softball for it. They go harder at Fox than they do Marvel. And that's saying something. What is the story? Well, you've basically seen the entire story in the trailers, because it's Wade Wilson gets taken in by the TVA. And yes, the TVA play a big part in this movie, unfortunately. He's brought in to be shown that his world, his universe, I should say, is being erased because the feather that holds it together is dead. Logan was the tether to his universe. So he's basically goes around to say, right, well, I'll just replace the Logan with a Logan. Problem solved, you know? And unfortunately, this guy in the TVA who's called Paradox, he doesn't want that universe to be saved. He in fact wants to wipe out all the universes and the TVA because he wants full control. He has sent Cassandra Nova to the whatever it's called, I can't remember what it's called now, where they are, and she's ruling down there. And you've two options down there. You either get fed to the big smoke monster thing from Loki, or you join her. That's the story. That's literally the whole story of the movie, is this part of the TVA bad. Cassandra Nova down in this other alternate universe bad. But she then wants to control everything as well, so she's the main villain. And Wade just literally wants to stop them with Logan so Logan can save his universe. That's it. That's what the story is. In terms of what you actually get in the movie, it's basically just one long action scene for the most part. It really is. And unfortunately, it's not great action either. That's saying something. It's very not digital or anything, but very too much in your face, where you're like, I can't see what's happening. The only real kind of fight scene that you clearly get a visual of what's happening is when they fight. Deadpool and Wolverine fight in the car, which you see in the trailer. That scene's longer, but it's the only one you can, oddly enough, kind of clearly see, because it's in a car, I'd assume. In terms of cameos, as I said, there's not that many. You've seen almost all of them in the trailers. There's a handful that aren't in the trailers. And one of them, they shouldn't have given away in the trailer, because the moments with this character and another character is probably one of the best parts of the movie. We're of course talking about Daphne King, X-23. She has a moment with this version of Logan, and it's possibly the best scene in the entire movie. As for Jackman and Ryan Reynolds being paired together, Wolverine and Deadpool, it doesn't actually work quite that well, which is surprising, because he's like, Deadpool is trying to do all the humor, and it doesn't land, because Jackman's Wolverine doesn't react to it. You know, he plays Wolverine very straight, and the pairing, it doesn't work. To me, it doesn't work. And I was in a screen, a big screen, like, and there was a good amount of people. It was a 11 a.m. showing, so there was a lot of people at it, which was surprising for that early on a Thursday morning. They weren't laughing as much as I was expecting people to be laughing. There's a few good chuckles in there, but not proper laugh out loud moments. That's saying something as well. I think the writer strike truly did hinder what they could do, because as we know, Ryan Reynolds wasn't allowed to ad-lib because he worked on the script. So I think what you're getting is what was written down and not improvised and just thrown in there to make it funnier or better. And I think it hurts the movie. I really do. Again, the whole movie is basically in that deserty area. When you're seeing them in the forest and stuff, that's the same place with the desert where Cassandra Nova is. That's all the same place. The third act is where we see them walking with the shop falling apart behind them and stuff. That's the third act, and that's back in the world. Now, the one thing they do establish in this, and it doesn't make sense in the slightest, is saying that Logan from the movie Logan, where we met X-23 for the first time, where he actually died, is in Deadpool's world. How? That doesn't make sense, because that Wolverine is set in the future. You know, we saw the kind of automized robotic trucks driving around, and we know almost all the mutants were wiped out from Charles's mind. So how is he established in his world? It doesn't make sense. They do piss on the legacy of that movie at the beginning of the movie. I think that might annoy some people, and they hint at it as well. However, I think the introduction of X-23 and the moments they give her with Wolverine kind of maybe their attempt to make up for that. And as I said, that probably was the best part of the movie. As I said, the jokes don't particularly land all that well, especially seeing almost all the jokes, again, you saw in the trailers. Almost all of them. Like, there's a couple of zingers in there which were funny, but not like belly laugh funny. To be honest with you, people will ask the question, is this movie at least better than Deadpool 2? Because I know there's a lot of people who didn't particularly enjoy Deadpool 2 as much as the first movie. No, Deadpool 2 was infinitely better than this movie. In my opinion, Deadpool 2 was infinitely better than this movie. As for the cast from the Deadpool movies, yeah, you've seen all the dark scenes as well. With the birthday party, that's it, that's what they have in this movie, is the birthday party. Yeah, it's not a great movie, unfortunately. And it really is unfortunate, because I really was hoping that this thing could at least stick the landing and be as good as the Deadpool first two movies. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. It really doesn't. And I don't see it being wide open for more of these movies. And before I finish off with this review, people will also wonder, is there post-credit scenes and stuff? There's a mid-credit scene. It's not really a scene though. What it is it's not a spoiler, by the way, because it's nothing to actually do with the movie. It's just showing you all behind the scenes footage of all the X-Men movies. And, well, I shouldn't say all the X-Men, all the Fox movies. Like the Fox Marvel movies. Even the newer Fantastic Four movies and stuff. It's just all the behind the scenes footage of that stuff with the interviews and stuff like that. The very last scene, there is a post-credit scene at the very end of the credits. It doesn't set up anything new or anything like that. It's just a fun moment. Should you stick around for it? Yeah. You're not actually sitting there as long as I thought you would be with these credits. They're not super long, thankfully. Is it worth sitting around? I suppose so. You know, you're not missing anything if you don't see it. I'll put it that way. But with that is the non-spoiler review, because again, the only thing truly to spoil is the cameos. And I'm not going to do that on you. Some of them we have heard. They're not playing or not where you think, or even we heard they were, but they're in there. And there are 2 standout ones and great ones, like proper. One of them, again, is one we knew about, just not who we thought they were, which was cool. And then there's another one that's just like, yeah, that's fantastic. So, with that, I shall leave it there for this one, because there's not much else to say about it until I do the spoiler review. So, cheers, and I shall catch you in the next one.